Hello, hello, Joy Olson, Blockbuster Fundraising. Got some great little tips for you that can make a big difference for year-end fundraising. So stay tuned. Get ready for some good ideas because I know that you want to have a great year-end plan ready to go and you want some great results. First things first, and every expert will agree on this, including myself. Evaluate past campaign performance because you must analyze your metrics and analyze your feedback always to find out what you need to be doing, what worked, what didn't work, and you've got to make sure that you don't do again. What things that you did that you can absolutely use again, maybe in a little bit different way, repurpose and achieve a great result. All right. First things first, then, after you analyze, you want to establish your focus this year. What is the focus of your campaign? Talk about it. Get your development gurus together, your team, and describe with each other what you hope to achieve beyond donations by explaining how your financial goal is going to impact your mission, because that's what you need to do, and you want to describe it to one another, and you want to brainstorm, and you want to get the most exciting way of explaining how meeting these financial year-end goals will impact your mission. What a difference those donors are going to be making. So, first things first, get that in your mind. You want to now describe why. Get your team together and talk about the tangible impact stories, the stories that you can share in your communications that will really motivate your supporters to give. And I'm serious about this. Each of you might have a different idea on which story meant the most to them, or perhaps the most to the volunteers that they worked with, or the most to the major donors that they're working with, or the most to people that just drop by and talk to you about your mission. What resonates? Which stories have resonated? And then make sure that you pick a story that will absolutely resonate with heart-moving appeal and motivate your supporters to give this year. You want your story or stories, if you pick a couple, to be strong. All right, now what do? I'll tell you what you do. You create a timeline, and you want to give and assign a due date and an owner for each of the tasks or the subtasks to ensure that you have covered every possible detail and that everybody knows what they need to have ready on a particular date. They can't let the team down, because whatever needs to get out, what needs to get to the printer, what needs to be up on the website, what testimonials need to be in-house, everyone has to stay on the timeline and be accountable for their task in getting that in. Next, what are you going to do? You're going to set your goal. Now, many experts say outline your campaign goals using the SMART method. The SMART method. Be smart and use the SMART method so that your financial goal is, number one, specific. It's measurable. It's ambitious and attainable. It's relevant and time-based. Smart. Smart. Next, and we talked about this a lot, and we hopefully that you cleaned up your database and got started on this summer. But segment your donors. You must right now get that taken care of. You want to create a list of donor groups, your individual donors, your major gift donors, your recurring donors, and you want to start crafting, formatting a customized ask for each group. Different testimonials possibly, a different story possibly, and then you want to gather these assets and create or collect whatever you need for these individual asks, the copy, the images, the design, and do this as early as possible. Remember, personalization is such a huge deal with donors. And if you're not doing it, believe me, every other nonprofit out there is doing it. Donors want to know that you know a little bit about them, and so you craft an ask that says to them, hey, I knew you were a new donor this year. We are so thrilled. And here's what we can do together year end. Or they want to know how much you appreciate the fact that they have been there for you through thick and thin for a number of years, and you have so appreciated their loyalty. Or they want to know that you realize how fortunate your mission is to have their major gifts, and that you absolutely could not do what you do, what you want to do together without their continued support. You get it. Make them feel like you know them, like you are walking a mile in their shoes, and you have some idea of what they've reacted to previously, what they like about the mission, what particular project of yours have they responded generously to, and let them know you know that, you appreciate them, you like them, and you really appreciate the fact that they like you. You want to use this checklist to plan a successful year-end fundraising campaign strategy. So from goal setting to campaign follow-up, these tips will get your team ready for the most lucrative time of year, the year-end fundraising. Okay, so first things first, communications. That is the big deal that we all face as development directors. And we know this, and we know that our letters are going to be out preferably before Thanksgiving, and we know that we're going to do a message for Giving Tuesday and not let that drop, and hopefully have something really compelling planned, especially for new donors too. And then our December letters, our gratitude letters. So you want to have a good thing to do is after you have gotten together with your team and you've decided on your focus and what your big project is going to be, then you can actually use your social media or send a postcard and announce, like a save the date. Instead of announcing in the event, announce the excitement that you have over your year-end project. And this is what you've picked. You've got an image of story that backs up this particular project pick, and you're telling them, save the date, save your money, and hey, how about early gifts or fundraising? This is going to be great. So send the save to date. Send an email in October to notify your donors of your campaign launch date. And this is going to build excitement. And you know what? It's going to build excitement too with you and your team. You're getting ready for something big. Year-end fundraising is big. So don't dread it. Make it exciting and go for it and build this excitement. Next, you want to build in enough time right now for your direct mail. Oh, this is so important. And you certainly want to really maintain your brand for your mission and for your campaign, for everything you print. And you want to make sure that your web address is there, and you want to make sure that your website year-end campaign page is ready to go. You want to pull all these pieces together: the focus, the goal, the story, the project, what you're going to achieve with this year-end campaign, and make it very, very tangible and logical and compelling for your donor to see. Next, you are definitely going to send more than one appeal. You know that. And you must do that to stay on the top of your donors' minds during this really busy holiday season coming up. You must send emails and post on social media more often than normal. About this, I know I'm excited for you, and as a development director, I love this time of year. I would just thrive on getting our very best stories together and how we were going to present them and who was going to present them and how we were going to follow up, and even from the beginning to the end, how those last e-blasts of the year were going to look and the stories we were going to use. So you really want to get all of this down. I want to remind you too that you really have time right now to transform your Giving Tuesday campaign for year end. And this is really so important. And if you don't have a lot of money, just use one campaign page for all of your year-end fundraising. But I really do think that right now, with all of the assets and resources you've got for Giving Tuesday out there in terms of software and social media, you can really do something fun and possibly a smaller project for Giving Tuesday. And maybe go after, maybe make it more of your acquisition mailing. I think that is really good, and you want to make it colorful and compelling and heartwarming, and just get it out there in an exciting way. And make sure, of course, like we mentioned, that it's well branded with your nonprofit so they know exactly to whom they are giving to. And make it an excitement for them to begin this new relationship with you. Make it personal, okay? Everything that you do this time of year, from segmentation all the way through, needs to be customized. Whether it's your web page, whatever, you want to customize with your storytelling elements. That in the photos, anything that you can do that's going to really engage potential donors and all your donors that you have already. It's going to engage them and want them to give again and to give more, to up their giving. Say, they feel so good about what you're doing. Remember, I think a lot of people get really worried this time of year, especially if they're thinking about a Thanksgiving letter and they're thinking about Giving Tuesday and they're thinking about their December gratitude year-end letter and then the year-end final 3 or 4 e-blasts. Don't stress about donors getting tired of you. This is holiday time. Everyone gets in the giving mode. This has been a relatively great year. So make your stories wonderful and compelling. And I don't think that you're going to have trouble getting your donors to really want to support what you're doing. And you know, since you are segmenting your year-end campaign, try to have maybe 2 different letters to each segment. See what works best. You know, testing is so important, and so many of us just don't take the time to do it. But hey, it's still September, so you've got some time. Think it through. And maybe especially when you're brainstorming and one of you thinks one story will work and the other thinks the other story is better, try both of them. Do a test. Do a split test. Figure out. You'll find out which letter works best. And remember this too, that donors acquired on Giving Tuesday are 3 times more likely to become fundraisers for your organization. They like that. So turn these new donors into lifelong supporters by continuing to steward them after the rush of giving season. You want to have that welcome packet ready to go. You want to say thank you again and again. Send a second personalized thank you note separate from that automated email that is sent out on Giving Tuesday right after a donation is made. And remember, follow-up telephone calls are wonderful too. You're going to say, Joy, I don't have time to make phone calls. Get a telephone committee. You'll find that these calls make a huge amount of difference. All year long, but especially this time of year. You know, there are going to be a lot of people that are going after the same donors, so you want to be at the forefront of their mind thinking, I love these people. They appreciate my gifts. They're out there doing so much, and I feel the gratitude. So they'll feel good about giving again. You want to, well, I hope you want to, create thank you videos featuring the people or the pets that you serve and send to your recurring donors, your volunteers, and your biggest donors. I think these thank you videos are a fabulous idea, just fabulous. And I mean, with our iPhones, we can personalize them so easily. And I think it would just be a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. You want to finish the story that you started by showing how the campaign made a difference for your mission. Get the numbers out, demonstrate the impact, and share the beneficiary stories. And when it comes to segmentation, segment the donor thank yous the very same way that you segmented your appeals. Large gift donors should get a phone call, a handwritten note, or some other special acknowledgement. So, that was a good checklist, right? All right, so I wanted to show you something too that I absolutely love and adore, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. And I think this is a really good tip for a thank you note. All right, I'm going to pick it up here and hold it up to the camera, but I will put it up on the screen too. Recently, I had a friend that lost her greyhound rescue dog, and she'd had this rescue dog for years. I mean, since the time the dog was, I think, 9 weeks old, and the dog just recently died at 10. And so I made a donation to the Greyhound Rescue Group. So my little thank you card, and it was a handwritten envelope, and then this was the picture, and I opened it up, and it was a beautiful, short but sweet handwritten note But on the back of it, it told the story of Sabina. And it said, Sabina was rescued from a racetrack on December 9th, 2015, and she was adopted on December 28th. She is the home companion of a Maine Coon cat, Gossamer. Isn't that nice? And then they have the rest of their information and how you can donate in their website. But isn't that lovely? So does that give you a good idea for getting your thank you notes ready? I think it's wonderful. So I wanted to share that with you. Well, I hope you have a great week. This is, again, Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising, joyolsongroup.com, blockbusterfundraising.com. You can find out lots more information. And hey, we have over 300 free fundraising video tips on our YouTube channel. I think you'll find last year and I think the year before we did the full 100 days from, I think it's September 23rd or 21st, the countdown throughout year end, what you could be doing each and every day. So we've got lots of great tips there. We won't be doing that each and every day this year, but anyhow, we try to really give you lots of inspiration, exciting ideas, the latest from the greatest here in the fundraising world, all in one place. That's us. So thanks for having been here today. We're Facebook Live Tuesdays, 1 p.m. And also you can find us on the IGTV on Instagram. So bye-bye. Have a great week. Thanks.